main topic today in our society is nutrition and health and wellness in our people. 1/3 of adults in the U.S. are obese. That is 78.6 million people in the U.S. according to the Adult Obesity Facts of 2014. I think this is a big issue that needs to be discussed and fixed, and I think one way to do this is requiring physical education throughout our schools in the elementary and middle schools to show them how the education of health. My 3 points that I'm going to cover is the importance of physical education for a healthy life, sustainable lifestyle, the pros and cons of physical education and requiring it throughout states in the U.S., and then looking into the future of if this were to happen of states requiring physical education in our elementary schools. So point 1, the importance of physical education in schools and why we should require it. The obesity rate has nearly doubled in the last 3 decades. So by starting with showing children how to be physically active and showing them how learning about health and nutrition would just one way to solve this issue, I think. Physical education is an integral part of the total education for every child in school. 1, it can improve physical fitness, such as muscular strength and flexibility. 2, it's good skill development, which includes like motor skills, like large motor skills for kids. 3, helpful physical activity, self-discipline, setting goals, a self-confidence booster, and etc. Physical education can go on for days on how it can teach children self-confidence and athleticism, and it's more than anything to help with their health. My second point is to include the pros and cons of this topic. The pros are what I discussed ahead, which how you can learn about health and teamwork and staying in shape and being physically active. The cons, which there are cons to every sort of topic, so I'm going to discuss them, even though there are solutions for all of them. Showing them and enforcing them to be active. Okay, so the cons are funding expenses, which include things as like the first class on, if the school has a budget and there's a class that needs to be cut out, normally physical education is the top of the list. But if states were to require PE in all schools, then they could help with expenses for their budgets for the schools. Uneven results. Some students are going to get more active and more muscles, as others will not. And in this way, I think putting different activities and games and making it enjoyable for the students and just showing them that it's not what you get out, or it's what you get out of it, but it's not. It's also like having fun and stuff like that. Liability issues, which if someone would get hurt, the school could get liable for it. And to solve this issue, I would say the school should be required to have every parent have a liability form signed for the physical education classes. Because yes, you can get hurt, but it's also way better for you and your health. And it's very rare for someone to get a very deathly injury during physical education during PE in schools. And my last con would be the lack of choice, which if schools were to force kids to work out, most kids who don't like working out would resent it and then later in their future not do it anymore. But in this way, I think we should just make sure it's enjoyable and fun and different games and activities so then everyone can enjoy it and find something that everyone likes. My third point is looking into the future. If we were to take this action in making it a law or a bill. So first off, it could decrease the obesity rate within our society and our youth. There are only 6 states who participate in the right amount of physical activity in our schools for students, which is 120 to 160 minutes per week, and that is by Rochman on an article I found in 2011. Another approach that we could take is passing the bill, which one step to take is going and talking to your senator about it and how you think it's an important task that we need to accomplish. In 2011, a bill was vetoed that would have required physical education throughout all schools, which this was done by a governor who tried to take action and they vetoed it, which I think we need to go again and show how important that physical education is for our children. So showing them a sustainable way of a lifestyle, which is by showing them the health and wellness of their lives and introducing them to the education of that world to show them that you can be healthy in the future, and teaching them that at a young age will definitely benefit in the future for our obesity rate in our U.S. So let's take a stand and give our children a chance in physical education that they deserve.